So, like I said, maybe they're setting up some sort of invasion, which I'll get to right now, but if not, they're really just missing the boat on a lot of these guys. It's not like they're losing Zema Ion and Crazy Steve and Manic. They're losing top tier names here, people. They're losing former world champions. They're losing three former TNA World Heavyweight Champions and two former, or current rather, in Terrell's case, two former Knockouts champions, the two very best that they have. They have Rebel around, they got Crazy Steve, but who gives a fuck if you're losing all these other top-tier names? It makes no sense. But going back to what I was saying before, though, the Global Force Wrestling invasion. Now, this has been rumored since Wednesday, and a lot of people are thinking, because they're losing all these big names, it might be setting up them going to Global Force, and then coming back and invading TNA. I do not want to see that. I've talked about this in hashtag AskGSM, and WWE, TNA, WCW, they're all different beasts, so maybe TNA would do an invasion differently, but honestly, I'm done with heel factions in TNA. I'm so freaking done. We had Main Event Mafia, we had Immortal, we had fucking Aces and Eights, we have Beatdown Clan, and they're all garbage. The only faction I ever really liked was, Main Event Mafia was fine, and I liked Fortune, and they ultimately turned babyface, but you got so many heel factions in this company. Give it a goddamn break. The only time where I thought the TNA was fucking flourishing was when they didn't have a heel faction in the early part of 2012, right before the Aces and Eights came in. And they had Austin Aries on top. They had Jeff Hardy, Bobby Roode, James Storm. The wrestling era in TNA, the peak that I thought, since I started watching in 08, the best they ever did was in 2012. They were live every week on Spike. They were filming live on Thursdays. It was great. It was a great time to be a TNA fan, to the point where the product was consistently more entertaining week to week than WWE for the first part of that summer. And it blows my mind how they dropped the ball on that. And coincidentally enough, it really is no coincidence that after they brought in the Aces and Eights and the Beatdown Clan and all these other Dixie Carter's, authority figure storyline, no one cares. No one cares about these heel factions in TNA. I do not, under any circumstance, want to see another invasion in TNA of any sort, whether it be with the Global Force Wrestling guys or whatever. And that's even worse. It'd be one thing if we had Jeff Jarrett come in and invade the company with people we've never seen in TNA before, like a Chris Masters or I guess Scott Steiner's been there before, but other people that we've never seen in TNA before. John Morrison, I don't know. I don't think he's going to Global Force. I think he's sticking with Lucha Underground for right now, or at least until they renew it for a second season. Shelton Benjamin's another guy, I feel like those kind of people I would love to see in TNA because we've never seen them in that company before. If I saw them pop up on an episode of Impact, I would mark out. That'd be great. But to see people like an Aries or a James Storm or a Magnus leave only to come back and invade, who cares? It's the same roster. Why not do the same storyline without working with another promotion? No, it doesn't matter. No one's going to care. It's not going to work. I'm not saying it can't work, but no, it's we've seen it a million times. Invasions and authority figures, heel authority figures that is, have been done to death in wrestling for the last 15 years. Give it a break. TNA, more so than WWE, the authority sucks. But in TNA more so with the heel faction thing, I don't care. I'm done with heel factions in TNA. I do not need to see an invasion. And if that's not the direction they're going in, God bless. Because I think what they could do with these other guys, hopefully they're getting out. they could see the writing on the wall. They could see that it's a sinking ship. And they're on their way out of the company. But the invasion thing, I thought was comical. I do not want to see an invasion with the Global Force Wrestling guys. It's cool. As I mentioned at the start of the show, they might be working with Global Force and Jeff Jarrett. Better for TNA, better for Global Force, better for wrestling. If we can have more promotions working with each other like that, and instead of being rivals, to kind of, with WWE and WCW, it was a different thing because they were at the same level. WWE dominated all. So, WCW and WWE were at the same level for a while. WWE is so much higher than everyone else. These other promotions got to work together to kind of get back to they're never going to reach WWE, but if they can at least work together and get higher up that ladder, up the food chain, so to speak, in wrestling, that's great. But I'm all for Global Force and TNA working together. But if it means we're going to get an invasion with the same people that we already have in TNA, I don't care. It's so stupid. It's been done to death. It's a cliche storyline. It's a cliche angle. I don't care. So hopefully that's not the direction they're going. That's only rumor. I'm not, calling anyone out. It's not, maybe it already happened at the tapings. I doubt it. I don't think so anyway. But, it's only rumor. It's only speculation among the fans. But if that is indeed the direction they're going in, I'm done. I'm losing faith in this company. I love TNA. I don't want to see them die. But they're continuing to lose so many big names in guys like I mentioned before, Aries, Storm, and Magnus, and Terrell, and Kong, and all these other people leaving. It's not a good sign. If they're leaving on their own after their contract expired, and it's comical too, because they signed, John Gaborik, I think his name is, that big goof over for TNA. He's like, oh, we signed a multi-year deal with fucking James Storm, and then he's gone the following year, A multi-year deal in TNA, I guess, equates to a couple of months. I don't know exactly what they perceive to be as a multi-year deal, but what I think a multi-year deal is that you sign for more than 1 year. A lot of these talents who sign multi-year deals are only around for like less than a year before they leave the company. So I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, typical TNA. We'll have to wait and see. This is only Sunday, so maybe by Tuesday, by the time the show goes up, maybe we've got other people leaving the company. Maybe the whole company's in the shit by Tuesday. I've just come to expect anything from TNA. It's only been like 24 hours, and we've already been confirmed that 5 big names are leaving the company. Maybe we're going to get more than that in the next 48 hours, too. We'll have to wait and see. But, it sucks to see TNA in this state. I'm a TNA fan. But, God bless them and Godspeed to TNA. Hopefully they can get in a better state going forward, and they can kind of work something out. Like I said, an invasion is not going to help anybody if it's with the same people. It's just, that's a step backwards. That's probably even worse than having these guys leave on their own, TNA is in a bad shape. Like I said, good luck to them, but it's not looking good.